Good afternoon everyone, or good morning or good evening whenever you're watching this. I hope this video finds you safe and well. We've got a few new ones for you today, so wherever you are, whatever you're doing, give yourself a little bit of time out, a bit of self-care to have a bit of a sing-song, because we all know that we feel better after a good sing. So nice comfortable seat, or you can stand if you'd like, it's up to you. Feet hip width apart on the floor. Close your eyes if you feel like you'd like to, and just do a little radar down the body, see how you're feeling today. It's always good to just check in with yourself and see if you're holding any tension. Sometimes we don't even realise until we really think about it that we're holding our shoulders up here or anything. So just do a little radar down the body, just relaxing anything that feels a little bit tense. You can give it a wiggle as well if it feels like it needs it, all the way from the top of the head down to the bottom of the feet. Lovely. And then bring your focus to your breathing. Just see how that is today. Focusing the breath deep down into the bellies, away from the shoulders and the neck and the chest. I want to think about sort of lateral breathing, so everything expanding rather than lifting. Trying to fill every corner of the rib cage with oxygen. So let's breathe in together. And out. And in. Lovely. Give those shoulders a little rotate. Do what feels good for you, one at a time, all the way around, encouraging them to go all the way up to the earlobes and then back down. Lovely. And then just have a little gentle shake out, just getting that body moving, getting the blood moving. Lovely. And give yourself a little brush down. So warming the hands up and getting the blood to the surface, down through the legs as well. Hello. Lovely. Should have nice warm hands now, so we're just going to give ourselves a face massage. Do whatever you feel, whatever feels nice for you in this, but just focusing on relaxing those cheeks. You can give the forehead and the eyebrows a little massage as well. Lovely. Really relax the lips and just let out some air. We're just going to go. Lovely. Ooh, tingly. And then we'll do a bit of a pulsate on that, so lovely. Oh, it's really tickly. Fantastic. We're just going to do open the faces really nice and wide. So surprised eyebrows, open the face wide, and we're going to do a big yawn all the way from the top of our range to the bottom. This really opens up the back of the throat, getting it ready for a bit of singing. So breathe in. If you're lucky, you might even catch a real yawn. One more of those. Ready? Lovely. Imagine you got a big chunk of toffee. Give it a big chew. Really using the whole mouth. And then imagine you get a bit stuck in the back of your teeth. Use your tongue to get it out. Lovely. Draw circles around the inside of the mouth, couple each way. Good for warming the back of the tongue up, this one. Lovely. And then we're just going to do a ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa. Ma-ma-ma-ma-ma-ma-ma-ma-ma. G-g-g-g-g-g-g-g-g-g. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. A bumblebee, 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 bumblebee. The tip of the tongue, the teeth and the lips. Lovely, just to really articulate all those sounds to get the tongue and the teeth and the lips moving, ready for some singing. We're going to do a couple of scales now, just to warm up the voice. So what we're going to be singing is ooey ooey ah. That's all we're doing. So we're going to do a ooh, ee, ah. So the first one we're going to do ooh, ee, ah. Try that. Ooh, ee, ah. Ooh, ee, ah. Ooh, ee, ah. Really support the voice. One more. Ooh, ah. Lovely. Let's do all of that one more time. Ooh, ready? Get me in tune. Ooh, ah. Ooh, ah. Ooh, ah. Last one. Ooh, ah. Lovely. And as I always say, don't worry what it sounds like. Those top notes, if they're coming out in all sorts of ways, just let it come out. It's better that we're using the voice rather than holding back. So just let the sound out. We'll do a she exercise and then we'll get singing. So breathe in. Really using those muscles to push out all the air in our lungs before we take a fresh breath. This one's all about getting that nice full lungful of oxygen, fresh oxygen. And the next one is a sh sound. Breathe in. Shh. Lovely. Last one is a she. Any note you like. Breathe in. She. I really wanted to sing she may be the reason I'm above. Lovely. So we're going to start off with a warm-up song. We're going to do Down the River. We haven't done this on the videos yet. It's a bit of a new one. And the lyrics are down the river and down the river and down the river we go ho-ho. And those ho-hos are really good to engage the diaphragm and the muscles around the lungs just to push that ho-ho out. So let's give it a go, see how we get on. Lyrics are always in the comments, just to remind you. We do put the captions on, but sometimes they don't quite know what I'm saying and say some funny things, so you could always find the lyrics in the comments, and you could even print them out as well if you wanted to. Copy them and print them. Cool. James is just having a little tune. Down the river. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down the river and down the river and down the river we go ho ho. Down the river and down the river, down the old hi ho. We'll do that bit one more time. Down the river and down the river and down the river we go ho ho. Down the river and down the river and down the old hi ho. Now the next bit we get a bit French, and it goes like this. Vive la, vive la, vive l'amour, vive la, vive la, vive l'amour, vive la vie, vive l'amour, vive la compagnie. And again, vive la, vive la, vive l'amour, vive la, vive la, vive l'amour, vive la vie, vive l'amour, vive la compagnie. Okay, we'll put it all together and we'll sing it through a couple of times. Down the river and down the river and down the river we go ho ho. Down the river and down the river and down the oh hi ho. Vive la, vive la, vive l'amour, vive la, vive la, vive l'amour, vive la vie, vive l'amour, vive la compagnie. Down the river and down the river and down the river we go ho ho. Down the river and down the river, down the oh hi ho. Vive la, vive la, vive l'amour, vive la, vive la, vive l'amour, vive la vie, vive l'amour, vive la compagnie. One more time. Down the river and down the river we go ho ho. Down the river and down the river, down the oh hi ho. Vive la, vive la, vive l'amour, vive la, vive la, vive l'amour, vive la vie, vive l'amour, vive la compagnie. Lovely. Excellent.
What's that mean?
Vive la, vive la, vive l'amour. Live life, live love. I think it says, doesn't it?
Probably.
Yeah. Vive la vie is live. I don't know what. Live the life.
Probably.
Vive l'amour, live the love. Vive la compagnie.
Friends?
Yeah.
Company? Probably.
Friends and company, yeah. Lovely. Okay, we'll do one more and then we'll do a little breathing exercise. We're going to do The Streets of London. The Streets of London by Ralph McTell. We thought this might be a nice one to do. It's very gentle, quite nice and slow. Bit of a sad one though. Have you seen the old man in the closed down market, kicking up the paper with his worn out shoes? In his eyes you see no pride, hand held loosely by his side. Yesterday's paper telling yesterday's news. How can you tell me you're lonely and say for you that the sun don't shine? Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. I'll show you something to make you change your mind. Have you seen the old gal who walks the streets of London? Dirt in her hair and her clothes in rags. She's no time for talking, she just keeps right on walking, carrying her home in 2 big shopping bags. How can you tell me you're lonely and say for you that the sun don't shine? Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. I'll show you something to make you change your mind. In the all-night cafe at 11:15, same old man sitting there on his own, looking at the world over the rim of his teacup. Each tea lasts an hour and then he goes home alone. How can you tell me you're lonely and say for you that the sun don't shine? Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. I'll show you something to make you change your mind. Have you seen the old man outside the seaman's mission? Memory fading like the ribbons that he wears. In our winter city, the rain cries out a little pity for one more forgotten hero in a world that doesn't care. How can you tell me you're lonely and say for you that the sun don't shine? Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. I'll show you something to make you change your mind. Lovely. It's a very nice song. It's a sad one though, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was apparently originally Streets of Paris. It was about Paris.
Was it really? I did not know that. Why did he change it? Do you know? I suppose it is an English song, isn't it? So probably got a bit more selling power in England. Lovely. So we're just going to do a different exercise today, and this one is a bit of spaghetti breathing. So that song wasn't particularly fast, so we're probably not all panting and out of breath. But sometimes, like when we're going for a walk or around the supermarket, You can, or even going up the stairs, you know, you can get a little bit out of breath. And spaghetti breathing is a really good way to relax the breath and relax the mind as well, because you can get quite anxious about getting that breath in. So spaghetti for two reasons. One is because we use our mouth like we're sucking spaghetti, like that, through pursed lips. And the second one is because we imagine a big pack of, you know, those giant packs of spaghetti that you get. So the short end of the spaghetti is the breath in, so it's just a little breath in, and then a nice long out breath through pursed lips, and then we drop the breath back in. So we'll do just a couple of those. Okay, breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. Lovely. That's a really good one to do because when we get out of breath, what we need to do is get breath in, but if we don't get the breath out, there's no room for it to go, for it to find somewhere to go. So that's why we need to focus on the out breath, emptying the lungs, and then we get a really nice new fresh lung full of oxygen. So long out breath, short in breath. Lovely. We're going to finish off today with Blowing in the Wind by Bob Dylan. Lovely. I hope you're all well. We'll be back next week and we'll sing you out with Blowing in the Wind. Take it away, James. How many roads must a man walk down before you can call him a man? How many seas must a white dove sail before she sleeps in sand? Yes, and how many times must the cannonballs fly before they're forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Listen, how many years must a mountain exist before it is washed to the sea? And how many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? Yes, and how many times must a man turn his head and pretend that he just doesn't see? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Yes, and how many times must a man look up before he can see the sky? And how many ears must one man have before he can hear people cry? Yes, and how many deaths will it take till he knows that too many people have died? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Bye, everyone.